Alright, how to kill the Loki Lens. First off, a max level Loki Lens only does 22 points of damage per second, while Sorcerer's Tower will do 134 damage per second. In my opinion, the Sorcerer's Tower is probably a little more dangerous, despite the fact that Loki Lens has about double the range. First step is to set up your taverns. That way you have troops when you come back from your battle. There are actually a couple ways to defeat the Loki Lens. This is one of them. You sit back, fire blast it, while staying out of range. It's a little bit slower. But since it can't touch you as long as you're out of its range, it's actually pretty effective. Now the Loki Lens is dead. Now you hit it with everything else. Now I typically use a 2-star tactic because it's normally a little bit faster unless you're going through the Loki Lensless route. But for me, I now have 2 stars, so I would leave. Alviss is probably my all-time favorite hero. He makes Loki Lenses easy. You freeze the tower, you walk up to it, tower dies. Now the downside to Alviss is that the new boost towers he doesn't affect. The upside to Alviss is ice traps don't affect him. Now my Alviss is maxed out at the moment, but in general he's a beast. He can take a lot of damage before he dies. I like Dreki because they make a beeline to all the towers, which means that they're going to go to Loki Lens before they go after some of the other buildings. Key principle with most of the heroes, Dveragar especially, when you make your opening to go after the towers, go after it close to the Loki Lens. That way he doesn't have to wade through as much to get there. Now I'm going to show you everything but two heroes. Fenrir, he's pretty much useless, at least in my opinion. Mine's only level 77. He's not going to stand a chance up against Loki Lenses. And Valkyrie, I've come to love Valkyrie, but she's down training for the next 3 days, so she won't be back in time for me to do the video. Now I'm using hotkeys. Q, W, and E will select my heroes. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I had 3 more troop types, it'd be 7, 8, 9 in order of where they're at on your screen. Now as you can see, my Dreki actually got there before I even dropped my hero. So the Loki Lens will probably be dead before Thor gets there since he's currently behind a trap. But again, just make a line to it. It's one of the first buildings I will go after, despite the damage that the Sorcerer's Towers do. Grendel. Grendel's going to be the next hero I use. If you're using Grendel, you don't really need to worry too much about the wall breakers cutting a path to Loki Lens. You make your hole, you just clear out some of the towers in front, and then you let your hero come in and just target the lens until you destroy it. Now just use your heroes to clear out towers, and in Grendel's case as support in order to open up walls for the other troops.